Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Today we will be beginning Animorphs number 10, The Android. And I would have gotten this video out earlier today. I had planned to, and then after I had practiced, I got hungry, so I had to eat. Because if I can't concentrate, I can't act badly. So. Good news, I got a little car ride today, so I'm happy. I actually got to go into a little shop, just something minor, and talk to a person for like a minute. So I got to talk to a person. I can't wait until this virus is over. Ah. Okay, so let's get started on the book that takes place in the 90s before all of us were quarantined. My name is Marco. People call me Marco the Magnificent. Marvelous Marco. The amazing Marco. And, of course, all the girls just call me gorgeous. Okay, maybe I've never actually heard anyone call me gorgeous, but I am confident that someone somewhere must have called me gorgeous at some point. Or not. But definitely cute. I've heard cute with my own ears. And I'll soon be hearing it a lot more because I've made a major change. I've cut my hair, or at least my stylist, Cherise, cut it for me. That's right, Cherise. And according to Cherise, my cuteness quotient has risen from a 9 to a definite 10. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. I was telling you that my name is Marco. I can't tell you my last name. I forgot it. No, not really. I'm kidding. I know my last name. I'm just not going to tell you. And I'm not going to tell you the complete names of my friends or where I live. What I will tell you is the truth. All except for that part about magnificent and marvelous. Everything else I tell you will be true. I I know it will seem incredible, but it will be the absolute truth. Let's start with the reason why I won't tell you my last name. I have enemies. What we all sort of do. But these guys are very powerful, very dangerous enemies. Not like the guy in your class who keeps calling you Dorkwad. And if they knew who I was, I'd be dead so fast I wouldn't even know I was dead. The Yeerks don't play games. The Yeerks don't worry about pity or kindness. They don't care that I'm just a kid. The Yeerks plan to enslave or destroy the entire human race. They won't hesitate to roll right over little old me. The Yeerks aren't just my enemies, though. They are the enemies of every human being. The enemies of Earth itself. And they are everywhere. They're a parasitic species. Think tapeworms. That's what they are when you get right down to it. Intelligent tapeworms. They are slugs, just a few inches long. They enter the human body through the ear canal. Once inside, they flatten themselves out and wrap themselves around your brain. They squeeze into all the folds and wrinkles of your brain and tie into your thoughts. They take over. They make you into what we call a controller, a human machine, a body whose own true mind is shattered and helpless. That's the special horror of the Yeerks. They don't just take over your mind and eliminate you. You continue to be aware. You continue to be conscious. You sit there in your own head, watching the Yeerk open your memory, watching the Yeerk fool your friends and family, watching the Yeerk turn the people you love into the same kind of slave you become. You try to move your hand, but you can't. You try to make your mouth speak, but you can't. You don't even control what your eyes look at. That's what it's like. My mother's one of them. A controller. For a long time, we thought she had died. I believe she had drowned. But I learned later that she was still alive. A very powerful Yeerk had taken her body. I don't even know how long she was a controller before she disappeared. I don't know how many times her goodnight kiss was the action of a Yeerk trying to pass as a human. She is Vischer 1 now. A Vischer is a sort of Yeerk warlord or general. Vischer 1 launched the secret invasion of Earth. Vischer 3 is now in charge. Vischer 1, in my mother's head, took off after faking her death by drowning. She's somewhere now. Maybe millions of miles away. No one knows about my mom, but me and my best friend, Jake. I don't want the others to know. I don't want their pity. The Yeerks are here. Everywhere. Not just my mother, but maybe yours too. Maybe your teacher, maybe your best friend, maybe everyone around you. When you get together with family and friends, you may be the only one in the room who is not a controller. That's why we fight them. We Animorphs. I made up that word, by the way. Pretty cool, huh? Animorphs just popped into my head. Animal morpher. See, not every alien in the universe is a Yeerk. The universe has its heroes too. It was one dying doomed Andalite who gave us our power to acquire the DNA of any animal and then to become that animal. His name was Elfangor. He and a lot of other Andalites died trying to save Earth from the Yeerks. So for him and for all the people of Earth, we fight, hoping to slow the Yeerks down enough so that the Andalites will have a chance to come again and save us all. Who is we? Well, there's me, Marco the Magnificent. Then there's Rachel, who thinks she's Xena, warrior princess. And there's Tobias, the bird boy. And Cassie, the tree hugger. And Axe, our resident Andalite. And of course, our fearless leader, my boy, Jake. My way too serious best friend Jake. Responsible, practically adult Jake. Jake, who grinds my nerves with his total refusal to just have a good time. Look, I said to Jake, it's not a crime or anything. There's absolutely no law against dogs going to outdoor concerts. They don't have a ticket for dogs. You know, Marco, the point of morphine is not for us to get into concerts. Jake said. We were walking down one of the streets of our subdivision. We shot some hoops down at the outdoor basketball court, and now Jake was dribbling the ball as we walked. 9-inch nails! Alanis! Offspring! I said. He stopped and stared at me. Marco? Yeah? What happened to your hair, man? You're just noticing? Looks cool, huh? Jake just stared. Offspring? He asked. You're sure Offspring will be there? I could see him weakening. He was dribbling slower. I hear they are so great live. They kick, they dominate, they crush all opposition underfoot. They rule, Marco, after I've criticized Rachel and Cassie for using morphine for personal reasons, I can't just. Who's going to tell them? I argued. I ran my fingers through my new, shorter hair. It was cool looking. I wasn't even going to pay attention to the way Jake just stared at it. It looked cool. I'd be a hypocrite, Jake said. I thought for a moment. You know, Jake, I have long suspected that Alanis may be a controller. And as a controller, think of the damage she could do by leading young, impressionable kids like us astray. Oh, I hate to even think of it. We have a duty, Jake. We have a sacred duty to go to that concert and to find out once and for all whether any of these major stars are controllers. Jake smiled his slow smile. That is easily the most pathetic excuse you have ever come up with. I laughed. Get serious. I've come up with lots of more pathetic excuses than that. We were almost at Jake's house, so we stopped. Jake's brother, Tom, is one of them, a controller. We don't talk inside his house. You know, Jake said, the only possible way I could go along with this is if I found out you were going to this thing anyway. Then, see, I have to go along. Reluctantly. Just to watch your back. Jake may be responsible and all, but he isn't a total 40-year-old. I grinned. Jake, I'm going to this concert, whether you like it or not. Then I guess I better go, just to cover your butt. Jake said, you'll have to figure out how to cover that hair. I made a face. Real funny. I thought so, Jake said, grinning at his own wit. I'm going to morph Homer, I guess. You're right. Dog is the way to go. No one will even think anything about us being there, since there are always dogs at outdoor stuff. And dog hearing is great. You need to acquire dog morph. Already have, I said smugly. An Irish settler. Girls love Irish settlers. I laughed my evil laugh and gave Jake a look. And he laughed too. There are these moments in your life that seem totally innocent at first. You know? Like normal everyday life. But then it's like you stepped off a cliff. And before you know it, you're falling. Suddenly you realize your innocent little decision has gone spinning out of control. I had decided to sneak into a concert. I had not decided to uncover one of the greatest secrets of human history, or become the person who would decide the fate of an entire race. I just wanted to hear some music. It should have been no big deal. And that's the end of that chapter. It was the usual recap. Hang on, I'm going to try closing this little thing that popped up during the middle of recording of just saying, hey, a new YouTube video you might be interested to was just uploaded. But anyways, this was a nice chapter. It, of course, did the usual, hey, here's the general basis for the whole series. Here's, everything that you need to be caught up on. Okay, here's the enemies, here's the group of heroes, here's our powers, blah, blah, blah. And I do like that these chapters are there, so you can really pick up any book in the series and not be too lost. There will, of course, be things that happen that the recaps can't totally prepare you for, but yeah, they're there. Just so it makes getting into the series at any point way easier. And I do love it that I read the book where Marco gets his hair cut, and it's the middle of quarantine, so I can't get my hair cut. It's like, yeah, long hair. I know it sort of blends in with this thingamajig, the chair, and then I wear a dark jacket, so yeah, it's long. It's gotten to the point where I sort of eat it a little bit while I eat meal, so yay! But yeah, I was thinking before the quarantine happened that I'm just going to get my hair cut not quarantine, the virus. God damn it. Words. And I was going to get shorter and like that. And now, since, I couldn't get my hair cut, I'm reading this book where the character gets his hair cut and I have this long ass hair. I was like, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. I mean, one of the things when, the virus is all over and things can get back to normal, I am getting my hair cut short like I used to. After moving in with my husband, I decided to keep it a little longer than normal, but now I'm like, I want it nice and cut short like before. Just as a little gift to myself. So yeah. And I like Marco's like, hey, Jake, let's do this thing. And Jake tries his hardest to be responsible, but he can't be responsible because, I mean, he can't be responsible, but still he's, like 13 or 14 years old and like, yeah, I want to sneak into a concert. Okay. So that was really fun to do. And it's sort of hard doing Marco sometimes because balancing out this, he uses humor as a defense mechanism. So it's like, how funny should I be? And sometimes I don't feel like I get enough of his personality out. And the question for you for this video is, if you weren't to sneak into an outdoor concert and had the morphing ability, what animal would you use to sneak into the concert? Would you do a dog morph? And if you chose dog morph, what type of dog would you sneak in as? Or would you choose another animal? And please comment below with your reasons why. And also feel free to comment anything about this chapter you noticed. And please remember, no major spoilers for later on in the series. I am hoping against hope that, some people come into the series via these videos. So there are some big twists and turns that, shouldn't really be revealed. That, for better and worse, new readers should encounter them without knowing they're going to happen. And if you're watching this on the YouTubes, please like this video to mess with the YouTube algorithm so that it'll be more likely people will find these lovely videos. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel because I will be reading the entire Animorphs series and you don't want to miss out on that because it is my favorite series ever, the bestest series ever. I love it so much. It's one of those young adult series that actually holds up when you grow up, and it gets a little darker when you read as an adult. And if you're watching this on my Blogdy blog and watching this on the desktop version of my Blogdy blog, please choose the follow by email option so you will never miss out on anything I do ever again. And after I'm done writing the script for the next full-length review, which will be a Patreon exclusive, so sorry. And sorry to anyone that can't afford it or, doesn't know me well enough to, actually pay money for my shade content. So yeah, after I do that, I should start to get more of my written content out on my blog again at a more, better rate than like every other week. I might have some written post stuff. So, and I hope you are doing well during the quarantine, self-isolation. I know it's hard because I've been going a little, yeah, you only get to see little bits and pieces of me throughout the week. You don't get to see me just staring into oblivion and go, why? You don't get to go through a panic attack. So, just cope the best you can. And if you do have to go out, if you are an essential worker, thank you for all you do. I really wish I could do something more than just say thank you, but I'm sadly not in a position. And I do hope that, once the virus goes away, once that crisis averted, that people still remember how essential you really are. That there may be some other types like actors and shit that we may obsess with over more, but that to realize that when the shit really hits the fan, you are the people that we really depend on, and that everyone really remembers that, and things work out better for you even after. Goddamn. This is why I have scripts, so my big speeches actually are coherent. So hope you're all doing well, stay safe, and goodbye. Stream, are you going to end? I clicked in stream. Oh, it was just going, it was end stream, then it kept on blinking a little pop-up to say, oh yeah, click here to end stream. I love technology.